from the Raiders-Saints game earlier in the NFL season. They had a chance to tie in overtime. And instead, they went for the 2-point conversion in the win. They were going big and they were going home. And you can't blame them for that after the fact. In the moment, I was going, what are they doing? Why would they go for 2 years? They miss, they lose. They're 0-2 on the season. That's a huge setback for them. But they went for it. They were able to complete it. They pulled it out, and they earned a tough-fought victory here at the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland, Colorado. One thing that I noticed about last week that I really would like to talk about was the fan experience from the game. And this is something that I expect to see throughout the entire season. But the fan experience at an indoor football league game is like nothing you will ever see at an NFL game or college game or any outdoor game for that matter. There's different things they do to get the fans involved, to bring the fan involvement, to bring you guys' excitement and enjoyment while you're out here spending your money for them for entertainment. There's a lot of interactive fan games. There's a lot of interactive things during timeout breaks. They're bringing guys down on the field. They're doing different events. They have the Crush Girls out there doing their thing. And then at the end of the game, the fans are allowed to come down on the field. They're allowed to interact. They meet the players. They take photos. They get autographs. During the game, they got music playing, so it's a live atmosphere. There's lights. It's fast-paced. Watching the guys bounce off the walls, because the walls are not out of bounds. Over the wall is out of bounds. The line is kind of the wall, so you're out of bounds. So watching the guys hit these walls. For everybody who talked to me this week about how, okay, this isn't real football. It's not the same as the NFL. It's no, shut your mouth. You're wrong, okay? Just shut your mouth. Real talk. These guys take just as hard a hits as anybody out there on any level of football that there is. And not only that, they get hit by the player, then they get hit by the ball. Or because it's indoor, like here at the Budweiser Event Center, underneath the playing surface here is the ice for the Colorado Eagles hockey team. So they have their playing field on top of another hard surface. So it's like getting hit more than once. They're every bit that. They're every bit that tough and rough. If you haven't experienced it, don't judge it until you get out there and check it out for yourself. Because watching it live last week was so exciting. I had only been to one indoor football game prior to last week's game, and I enjoyed it. But I'm here to say I'm a big proponent of this game. It brings something else to football. Yes, it's an 8-man game. But there's nothing wrong with playing 8-man football. There's 7-man football on the high school level. There's 7-man football all over the place. In fact, I've heard of 6-man football. So get over that. Don't worry about it. Come out, enjoy a game, and you're going to be treated to something like last week. An overtime thriller, a high-scoring game, which we talked about last week a little bit. And that's just part of the fan experience. Okay, you got everything else that goes into it. You got your halftime, you got your promotions, you got your opportunities for meet and greets. They're doing the face painting. You got all your concessions and everything like that. You can buy your merchandise. And, just check it out. Last week there was a lot of good things that happened for the Crush. I was very impressed that the team never gave up. It was a hard-fought game. They were down for a lot of the game, but stayed right in it. Right up until the end when they took the lead. They had a couple breakdowns from what I could see on defense. They had some bad calls that didn't go their way, where the ref didn't notice guys pushing off, or their bigger receivers from the Screaming Eagles kind of getting away with some stuff down around the red zone. And there's nothing you can do about it. But the Crush went out. They played one play at a time. They played to execute. They played as a team. They fought. And it came down to, like I said, a decision by the Screaming Eagles to go for 2 in overtime instead of kicking the extra point. And had that 2-point conversion not gone in, which it barely did, the quarterback threw the pass. It squeaked through to a receiver who was falling to the ground. The Crush come away with that victory last week. They didn't come away with it. That's fine. You got the Nebraska Danger this week. Hopefully they come away with it this week. And I mean, if you look at the scoring from last week, okay? Last week's game. At the end of 1, Crush up 7-6. At the end of 2, tied 14-14. Going into the third quarter, they fall behind 20-21. Then in the fourth quarter, they outscore the Screaming Eagles 14-6. Force overtime. And then in overtime, it came down to that 2-point conversion call, which nobody could have thought was going to happen. And the Screaming Eagles had to score at the end of the fourth quarter just to force overtime. And really, they only got in position because on the kickoff, the ball hit the roof. It hit the scoreboard. In the IFL, when that happens, the ball is automatically placed at the 25-yard line. The 25-yard line in the IFL, that's midfield. So, as you know, any team on any level, if you get the ball at midfield, you're expected to score, especially if it's going to send you to overtime or if it gives you a chance to win the game. Well, that's what they did. That's what the Screaming Eagles did. They took advantage of that opportunity, and they forced overtime, and then overtime they went big, and they went for the 2-point conversion, and they took it home and won it. So congratulations to them on that front. One thing that was a little rough for them this week, however, was the fact that they let their coach go this week. They were 1-1 on the season. They lost their first game and then won last week against the Crush, and now they brought in a new head coach. So that was something that was probably had to be tough for the team. Definitely tough for the coach. It caught me off guard a little bit. They were 1-1 on the season. That was a big win against the rival, against the Franchise Bowl. But, apparently he wasn't taking care of business the way he needed to, and he will be looking for other opportunities right now. One person who's not looking for other opportunities right now is Coach Jefferson. We were able to catch up with Coach Jefferson again before today's game, and here is that audio.
All right, this is KP here with Coach Jefferson. Coach Jefferson, coming into this week playing the Nebraska Danger, you're facing a team who is currently averaging 61 points a game. What kind of obstacles does a team like this present?
Obviously they're high-powered offense, and so we have to do our best to slow them down on defense. But, if we get to a track meet, then we just have to match them point for point, which I feel at certain points, especially last week, we showed that we could do.
Definitely. So, tighten up a couple of those things. Offensively, attacking a game, like you alluded to, maybe getting into a shootout. What kind of things do the Crush have that you can let us know about where we can expect, hey, we're going to be in it just like last week. We're going to fight. We're going to scrap. What kind of things can we do in a shootout? Well,
we got a speed package into where we'll take our bigger receiver out and we'll put our smaller receiver in, and all those guys are 4-3, 4-4 guys, and if we got to back out and shotgun and keep spreading it around, that's what we'll do.
Very nice. Everybody likes to hear that. It was a great atmosphere this last week. This week we're expecting the same for sure. Defensively, last week defense fought hard, and it looked like the bigger receivers, maybe the tight end position, was a little bit of trouble. Do you see anything like that from the Nebraska Danger this week causing any kind of problems for you guys?
Well, we had some mental lapses last week and things that were unallowable, especially for what we do. I mean, you can't have guys running open free, and we fixed some of that problem last week. But, no, I don't think we'll have problems with the bigger receivers as, we've game planned against it. I mean, we had some bad breaks last week against Salt Lake City. I mean, with their guys pushing up into the end zone and it's not called, and yet it's on the officials' video as a push-off. So we're not so far out of the realm that what people think, especially when it comes to competing.
Yeah, very much so. This is a team that's definitely going to compete. That's something I noticed last week. There was no give up. There was no letdown. It was one play at a time. And is that something that you guys talk about as a team, one play at a time?
Well, that's all you can play on. That's the only way they're going to give them to is one play at a time. And guys have to have short memories on bad plays, and they have to take the good plays and build off of them. So they understand that it's a 60-minute game. They understand that you're going to have some ups and downs, but the thing is that they're never going to quit.
Right. That's definitely good to hear. The fans love to hear that. Again, thank you, Coach, for meeting with us before the game this week. We'll try and catch up with you after the win today. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Go Crush.
All right, go Crush.
All right, so that was Coach Jose Jefferson of the Colorado Crush. We caught up with him again before the game this week. Great insight there. I think he's doing a great job so far early in the season. He seems to have great command of the team, and I think they're going to fix the mistakes from last week. They're going to continue to grind. They're going to continue to fight. They're going to continue to battle. And this is a team that is not going to give up. I expect to see big things out of this team and this coaching staff for sure moving forward. And going into today's game against the Nebraska Danger, this is a team that currently on the season, they're averaging 61 points a game, okay? Real quick, if you haven't checked it out, go to ColoradoCrushFootball.com. Check out the homepage for the team. You can get on their mailing list. You can check out all of their social media feeds through there. Check out the game schedule, buy tickets, all that kind of stuff. So definitely look into that as we move forward. All right, calling in right now, we have Dion Wainwood of the Idaho Phoenix. Hello, Mr. Wainwood. How you doing, sir? Good, good. Glad to have you on today. It's a privilege for us to have the owner-operator of the Idaho Phoenix on here with us once again. I can't thank you enough. So, definitely, no problem at all. We go way back, and I'm real proud of what you guys are doing there. And I know we missed out last week. You guys had the fundraiser last week for the little guy who's having some health troubles. We had the game last week. And I had mentioned we wanted to get you on before that. We were unable to, so I do want to apologize for that. But maybe you could catch everybody up on, how the little guy's health is doing, where you guys' season is going, and the last game. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Right.
You a DJ?
Okay. Congrats. Nice. I bet the fans love that. Now, I saw a video this week. That I believe your wife posted of little man and you getting hype in the locker room. Is that something that the team comes together, y'all get hyped before the game?